Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Paper Mario. I am Mega300, and we are in the last chapter of the Lion Lands, of that being the World 1. And we are finally reached the ruins, where supposedly the Pure Hearts should be somewhere in here. Chapter 1-4. Monster of the Ruins. Ooh, sounds scary. I can feel it calling. The Pure Heart is nearby. But wait, I sense something else emanating. Okay, something is waiting for us. So yeah, we have these Yold Ruins. Got some awesome music, but not really anything really. This is one of the levels, unlike the other two. This one has a lot of puzzle. I'm not sure why I activated the controls, but this one has a lot of puzzle oriented things to it. More so than other chapters. There is quite a bit more puzzle solving, I guess. And this game does. This game, compared to it's got that RPG element in terms of that it's got a lot of puzzle solving to it. Compared to like a platformer. In most platformers, you don't have any puzzle solving. Exceptions, of course, are that's not always true. Like Royal Land is famous for it being very puzzle based. Royal Land 2, you can't die, so the main challenge you get from the game is finding out how to, get around via puzzles and stuff. And not like puzzles as in Zelda puzzles or Tetris, but like puzzles as in, I don't know, anything can be a puzzle to an extent. Depends on how you look at it. I mean, recently I modeled a character for, I'm using Maya, which if you don't know what Maya is, it's a 3D. I guess a 3D rendering, or it's a program you can use to make 3D characters to animate. It's a 3D animator, I guess would be the best way to say it. Though you can use it for anything, really. You can make 2D characters in it too. The creators of South Park actually use it to make South Park nowadays. They just use planes to make the characters, and then they put them in a 3D environment and make it look 2D. Though sometimes they don't. It depends on what they're doing it for. But either way. Yeah, South Park uses Maya, but I was modeling a character, and I was using. There's these things called vertexes, which make up the character in terms of making it 3D, and I'm not gonna get really in depth into it because if you don't know what Maya is, and if you don't know how it works, it's gonna be kind of hard to explain. Since I myself am still learning it, and I'm not a master of it yet. Keyword is yet. I hope to be. Well, I don't know. 3D, I like 3D, but honestly, if I'm more into 2D than I am 3D, ironically, yeah. But, I wouldn't mind using the software again, South Park uses it for 2D, I could use it for 2D as well. And I still want to learn how to use it in case I ever, decide to make 3D animations, because I might, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what direction I want to go in terms of animating and in terms of artistry, yeah. So, yeah, so you have these vertexes of sorts, these little dots, basically, that are connected by edges to make up the face of the character in 3D. And what you want to attempt to do, for the most part, is try to not have any of the vertices connected by 5 edges, or yeah, you don't want 5 edges connecting to each point. You don't want to have that. That's and you also don't want to have 5-sided blocks. You want to have every square that's being made by the edges be 4 sides, as well as try and get circles created via these blocks. So it's a very complicated process, or not really complicated, but it's a very tedious process in attempting to do this. And it's not all that easy to do because it's almost impossible to have no 5-sided points, but there are some places that are better to hide these points than others. And basically, looking at it and deciding how you can move around the edges and how you can change the connections between the vertices and the edges, it's like looking at a puzzle of sorts, how you look at it, you know, it's like, well, okay, these are connected. Can I move this one over here and make this edge connect to this vertice? Oh no, that's not going to work because that will cause this one to have a 5 side. Well, then I have to go around, and you know, the way you look at it is like a puzzle. Now, you wouldn't say, oh no, there's no jigsaws involved, there's no Tetris, it's not a puzzle. Oh no, it is. It's a puzzle in its own right. You know, it's, you know, life is full of puzzles. Life itself is a puzzle. You know, I get all philosophical and what is life? What is a man? A miserable pile of puzzle pieces. So, but yeah, you know, but that's the kind of work. I mean, I've said I've been busy. That's what I've been doing this semester. Is a lot of modeling, which, you know, can be very tedious. I've been working in making a beta program in a program called Flash Catalyst, which is basically it can make widgets and stuff, and it's a beta itself. So I've been working in that, which has been it was interesting, and I had to make a project for that. And there's been film projects, a ton of those that I had to work on with groups, and nutrition tests, which nutrition is the easiest class on earth, but it's so boring. So, I mean, I'm gonna be quite honest. I usually like to go to every class, and I usually like to get perfect grades and listen and pay attention. But it's really boring to try and pay attention to, and the teachers talks very slowly. Like a page of like 5 pages of notes is an entire half hour. And it's not even like notes. Like 5 slides for like PowerPoint is like a half-hour lecture. It's the way she talks is very slow, and the room is very warm. So I usually fall asleep, and it's just very a very dull class. And yeah, I'm getting good grades because it's very easy to remember this material. It's very easy, just very hard. It was either that or anatomy. I didn't really want to take anatomy because it was difficult. And already this semester has been quite hard, so I'm quite glad I didn't take anatomy. I mean, nutrition is important. I've learned a little bit of important details, but, you know, I mean, it's good to be nutritious. Well, good to have good nutrition, not be nutritious because you don't want to be eaten, because that would be weird. But, you know, it doesn't change the fact that the subject matter is quite boring. At least for me. For others, you know, I mean, that's when perspective gets into it. I know I keep bringing this up, but, like, that's how perspective works. For others, nutrition might be really interesting. The person who's teaching nutrition might, you know, the reason she's probably teaching is she finds it really interesting and intriguing. For me, wait, what? Oh my Jesus, spiked balls, get out of there. Mario, run. So, I think those are called, are they rolling tromps? The big ones might be rolling tromps, those might be mini rolling tromps. But they're kind of like thwomps, they're just not thwomps. They're thwomp balls. But yeah, for, you know, for example, there's one teacher I have who's really awesome. He teaches a class called Literature and Nature. Basically, literature about nature. That, to me, sounds very boring, and for people I've heard who's taken the class, it is really boring. But to him, it probably isn't really boring. He probably finds it very interesting. He probably really likes nature, and very, in fact, I believe he got his major in nature literature. It's kind of a oddly specific major, but yeah, he really likes the class. You know, that's great, and I feel bad when I fall asleep in nutrition or I miss classes, because, you know, I'm sure the teacher really likes nutrition. I really don't, when I'm only taking the class to pass it for a credit. That's really it. You know, and that's why I almost feel like the school system needs a rehaul, because if I level up when I eat a mushroom, but when I only take a class just to get credits, you know, I'm not really learning anything, so what's the point? I mean, I guess I'm learning a little bit, but I don't know. Warning! Hello, who are you? Whoa, this thing must be big. Whoa, this thing is big. Hello, giant dragon, who kind of looks like Cocktail, except for isn't. Intrusion detected. Leave immediately or be purged. Wait. Scan. Initialized. Red cap detected. Blue overalls detected. Level 5 mustache detected. Incredible. Possible subject identification, but it is impossible. Hold your position. Searching databanks. Hello, Wii Shop channel loading bar thing. Search completed. One positive match. System overload. And legendary hero identified. Forgive me, hero. I am called Fractale. My only purpose is to defend the pure heart from lawless intruders. You are late. I have waited thousands of years for your arrival. You may pass. The pure heart is just ahead. Aha! It won't be that easy. Oh no. Who said that? See, look, they're saying exactly what I'm saying. They're reading my mind. How is that? No, it's not possible. So very nice to meet you. And your mustache. I am Count Black, master of Count Black's master of dimensions and pleaser of crowds, Dementio. Remember the name well. That I will. You're that, and then he doesn't finish that sentence, so we don't know who that is. He already said that he was Count Black's minion, so I don't know what else you're gonna say, Tippy. What did you just do to Fractale? He was my little friend. Yes, much better. Now you can spend some time with this robotic guardian. For you are the snack, Chow. So, Fractale is unfortunately our first boss, because... Bleep! I am air. Press any key to restart. System not found. Insert install disk. Disk not found. Please blah blah blah. So yeah, basically a bunch of computer humor. Really fun. Funny humor. You lost everything. Way to go, genius. 404 computer hamsters not found. Threat level upgrade to Jelly Roll 1. Detonation imminent. I love that expression. Bleep blip. Run query identification. Run install generator. Results. Go away, Yeti lip. Control Alt Delete. So yeah, he just basically lost his entire mind because he's a computer that just got, you know, a virus essentially was implanted. He's, you know, not in control anymore. He's very unstable. So we will need to have to, you know, defeat him because he's going to be attacking us now. It's kind of got awesome boss music. He's not really that hard of a boss overall, especially if you use a little, not only a trick, but if you do what I'm going to do in this boss battle, which is, he has two phases. The first is the ground where you dodge him and then jump on top of him, which we'll be doing very shortly. But yeah, I always love Fractale's dialogue. It's very interesting, and it has a Zelda reference, so therefore it's automatically already quite great. And here he will be coming. Looks like Fractale is charging straight at us. Better watch out. Oh, yes, I will. Or of that, I will. So yeah, once you get on top of him, the battle's pace will change, and you will be grabbing his little babies of sorts, or his little defense mechanisms, and using them to attack his antenna. So, yeah, you have to hit his antenna 3 times, and then he will start to fly around in a circle and try and knock you off his back. Now, if you fall off, you have to do the entire ground segment again. However, you have to do this with his antenna 3 times. So if you can jump here, you will land back on his head and be able to quickly grab more babies and throw the babies at his head and defeat him without fault. Pretty straightforward for the most part. Just make sure to time your jumps correctly, and this battle should go pretty swimmingly. Right here, I almost messed up, but luckily I was able to jump right in time. And 3 more babies and he will be dead. 1 baby, 2 babies, and 3 babies. System crash. Arg. I have malfunctioned. What have I done? You have almost attacked us, but whatever. I'm sorry, shame circuit smoldering. Please, you must save our world. And now he's going to explode like all good bosses do. However, why does he have a skeleton? He's a computer. That does not compute. I'm sorry. There's no reason for him to have a skeleton. Or a spine, rather. And with that, he's dead. Oh look, a door. And now, we are going to get our second Pure Heart. Welcome, hero. My name is Millennium. Where are you? Oh, there you are. You are dead. Hi, dead person. I am a dormant soul, and you have waited long to give you Pure Heart. Yes, I have been waiting for 1,500 years. Must be a magic number. Because most people have been mentioning that. Your presence here must mean that all worlds have begun to collapse. That is why we are here. Before I give you the Pure Heart, you and I must speak. Listen well, hero. Long ago, my people built a civilization hailed as a beacon of culture. Despite our power, there's one thing we were powerless to stop. The Dark Prognostics. Nobody knows who authored the Dark Book. It foretell the events of the future. On the last page, it was written that a chaotic power would develop. How do you know this? You didn't read it, so we knew it had to be stopped. So they devised a plan to stop the tragedy before it happened, and they wanted the appearance of love to confront this chaos. So they created the Purity Heart, and they divided the Purity Heart into 8 pieces, which were the Pure Hearts, and they hid them so that they would be protected, so that no one else could use or destroy them, I guess. Oh, but the wheels of destiny began to spin wildly out of control. But you already have them, so what was wrong? Your plan was, at that time I was young and okay. It started... We're not going back to the joke where Merlin's ancestors tell really boring stories that go on forever and nothing comes of it, and... Yeah, we are. Okay. I mean, it's a funny joke, but we've used this joke before. Come on, Gabe. You can do better than this. So, yeah. So the Pure Heart will have the power, hopefully, to defeat the Chaos Op, but there's no guarantee. We must find the 8 Pure Hearts that form the Purity Heart. And that is all I have to say on the matter. No. Yeah. No, not yes. No, Mario, don't lie. It's up to you to find the Pure Hearts, for they are our only last hope. Obi-Wan Kenobi can save us all. I'm sure of it. And there it is, the Pure Heart. The orange Pure Heart. Do. Oh, Tharu is so happy. You got a Pure Heart. Yay! It's so pure and full of... You know, like, they kind of look like a little bit like liquid. I almost want to, like, bite into it. Kind of reminds me of, Nickel Nips. The little bottles that had... The wax bottles that had the little, juice. And, oh, they were so awesome. You could bite off the tip and then suck the juice out. Oh, it was fantastic. They're called Nickel Nips, but you can also... They're, like, wax bottles. There's other wax things that you could bite into, but they had liquid in them. They were really fantastic. Liquid, I love liquid.